Things aren't looking that great, are they? If you look at this chart here, it looks like we're having a great time, which is actually true. In the bigger picture, if you zoom out, we're actually doing pretty well. This is a Bitcoin chart extended over a longer period of time. If you see, these are months ago, 2011, years ago even, as they extend. So this is the maximum chart on CoinMarket Cap, so it shows a more zoomed out view. But man, in the last 24 hours, things aren't looking so good as Bitcoin continues on this bizarre nosedive. Obviously, the news that we're getting is that whales are selling, and if you look at a more detailed chart, say from Coinbase or something from Binance, you can see the periodic sells where Bitcoin does this massive little dips, dip, and they're periodic, so it almost looks like programmatic selling. And when that happens, it always indicates that some people are exiting the market with large amounts, but they don't want to dump it all at the same time, so they don't move the market as much. But following those little dips, we're getting like little mini recoveries, but at some point in time when there's not that much traffic buying, you get more dips than buys, and then you get this weird irrational dip, right? And of course, because it's Sunday, that's why there's not enough buying power to clean up these whales sells, which is kind of an opportunity for us, retail, if we're awake at this time. I'm in the UK, it's nighttime now. In the US, you guys are in the afternoon, so a few retailers are taking advantage of this opportunity. Obviously, the big shots are probably, enjoying their Sunday or what have you. I expect this to turn around by tomorrow, not financial advice, do your own research, but this might be limited opportunity to grab Bitcoin at this bizarre low prices. Now, if you look at the greed and fear index, it's actually better than yesterday. We were at 16 yesterday, so we've improved somewhat. So sentiments have moved, northwards somewhat, but this is usually a slightly lagging indicator. So tomorrow we might see it plummet even lower than 16, maybe to 14, maybe even 12, which would be some of the lowest I have ever seen this, which is quite irrational. I don't understand why there's so much fear in the market. There is, rubbish macros, but things really don't seem to be as bad as that. I don't think that we should be that afraid. I don't know what's going on. And you know what? I always think that this is the opposite of what happens during the euphoria times when people throw money at Bitcoin and at crypto from, people throw money from all over the place. People sell their property. People would remortgage their house, sell their car just to basically buy crypto, and they'll buy absolutely anything. And sometimes during that euphoric time, you wonder, why are people buying so much? Why are people so bullish? There's no reason to be bullish. And that usually marks the top of a crypto market. Now we're getting these irrational fear and people selling, and the price is dumping all over the place. Everyone's panicking. This usually signals a bottom, or at least a local bottom, which I think is what we're experiencing now. I think Monday, tomorrow, we're going to see some inflows from ETFs, and we're going to see the market lift yet again. We're going to hear some not so bad news. We're going to hear of, people getting their stimulus checks or whatever it is that they're going to be giving out, and they're going to start buying crypto like they did last time. And I think that institutions are going to clean up these whale sales during the weekday. So again, not financial advice. This is not a crystal ball prediction for anyone, but I think we're going to turn around pretty soon. Now, XRP, obviously the good news is this month, not next month, not next year, we're going to see more of these ETFs. Let me just expand this so that it's more visible for you guys. Okay, if I can. All right, that's large. So basically, these are the other ETFs that we're expecting. We already have obviously the Canary Capital, XRPC. That went live on the 13th as expected with record inflows. Obviously, a lot of those inflows, like I mentioned in my last video, came from in-kind swaps. We're expecting to see similar in-kind swaps with all of these other ETFs. These are the dates, by the way, listed. So on November the 18th, which is 2 days from now, Tuesday, Franklin Templeton ETFs go live. Then we have Bitwise, 21 shares, and then Grayscale and Wisdom Tree both on the 25th of November. Now, all of these cryptos have 100% approval prediction, obviously, by Bloomberg and everybody. We know that they're going to be approved. There's no reason why they shouldn't be approved. There's no legal or regulation reason why not, unless one of these guys pull their ETFs back. I don't see any reason why they should. I saw an interesting video today as well, which I'm going to play for you guys in a minute, where if I can find it, by the way, I don't have it prepared, where the CEO of BlackRock is asked directly about XRP ETFs, and he kind of like smiles and goes, oh, I can't talk about that. So obviously, we don't know what's going on with the big guys. These small guys, Grayscale, Wisdom Tree, these are small players in the grand scheme of things. JP Morgan and all these other bigger guys, Fidelity, have a lot more inflows or inflow potential for any ETFs. They also have bigger clients, more money themselves to buy. So there's no commitment from Larry Fink. But he didn't say no either. And he, from this body language and his expression, you could tell that something was up. Let me see if I can find the video actually. There it is. Let me just maximize that. Hold on. There it is. All right.
How about an XRP ETF? I know you got Ether out there. How about XRP? Can you answer that?
I can't. And you don't want me to.
Body language.
I do.
Well, I can't.
All right. They're giving.
So there you have it. Larry Fink, showing a little body language action there when XRP is mentioned. I don't know. There's just something about XRP and BlackRock and, this whole sort of larger organizations, the United States government, Donald Trump, World Liberty Finance. There's something about XRP that's slightly different from the rest because he never shied away from talking about Bitcoin ETFs or Ethereum ETFs, both of which his company obviously run. But when XRP is mentioned, it kind of goes into this weird sort of, I can't talk about it sort of mode, right? It doesn't squirm when asked about Solana or Litecoin, any of those other things. So there's something coming, something absolutely big. In the meantime, of course, not financial advice, your own research. I am going to be dollar cost averaging more into XRP. And I'm going to be making a video actually next week when I do some proper preparation about some of the other tokens I've gone into. I mentioned wanting to do videos about the privacy tokens and AI tokens that I went into during this massive dip, and some people have expressed interest. So I'm going to mention those maybe in a couple of videos ahead. But in the meantime, I'm expecting XRP green candles that are related to these ETFs because, again, remember, we only have one ETF so far and it already did more than 250 million. Now, even if all of these guys just match that 250 million, then we're talking about that times 5. So that's beginning to become significant. But then, of course, none of the big shots have actually even joined the game yet. And this is going to be in addition to the other stuff that's happening, RWA, tokenization, etc. Now, it seems like a whole year ago since Ripple Swell and all the big announcements that were made at that meeting, at that summit. So there's a lot of excitement coming. Don't be perturbed by this nonsense that's going on with the price of Bitcoin dragging everything down. And this is just Wall Street and whales doing their thing, perhaps washing people out last minute, the big washout before the massive euphoria kicks in for a lovely pump November and maybe, who knows, a Santa rally. I'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourself. Peace.